Welcome to today's English listening practice story. This is a Level 3 English story called She Stole My Husband. Vocabulary preview. Before we begin today's story, here are a few words you will hear. Betrayal, the act of being disloyal or unfaithful to someone who trusts you. Hesitate, to pause before doing something, usually because of uncertainty or fear. Uneasy, feeling worried, uncomfortable, or anxious about something. Reclaim, to take back something that was lost or taken away. Courage, the ability to face fear, pain, or difficult situations with strength. Now that you know the key words, let's begin our story. My name is Helen. I am 38 years old and I live in a quiet town with small houses and friendly streets. I thought I had a perfect life. A quiet home, a loving husband, David, a small, simple life that felt safe. But everything changed the day my sister, Lily, moved in. I remember the knock on the door. Her eyes were tired. Her small suitcase barely filled the hallway. "I need a fresh start," she said. Her voice was soft, but something about it made me uneasy. I welcomed her anyway. She was my sister. How could I say no? For the first few days, everything seemed normal. We laughed about old memories. We cooked together. David offered to help her with job applications and drove her to interviews. But then I noticed the little things. A glance that lingered too long. A laugh that felt too intimate. My heart clenched. I told myself I was imagining things. But deep inside, I knew something was wrong. At first, I tried to ignore it. I smiled, I made tea, I asked about her day. But my chest tightened every time I saw David with her. He laughed differently with her, leaned closer, shared private jokes I had never heard. And Lily, she was always touching her hair, leaning in, smiling too much. I caught a text on David's phone once. He looked away before I could see the message. A cold knot grew in my stomach. I wanted to trust them. I wanted to believe they were just friends. But I couldn't. Late at night, I would lie awake. I remembered every time I had been too trusting, every warning I had ignored. I felt trapped between hope and fear. Something was happening, and I had to face it. It happened one afternoon. I couldn't pretend anymore. Lily walked in with that familiar smile, but it felt sharp, almost cruel. "Hey, sis," she said, placing her bag on the chair. I forced myself to stay calm. "Lily," I said, my voice shaking, "I need to ask you something." She froze. Her fingers tightened around her phone. "Sure, what is it?" she said. I swallowed hard. "Are you sleeping with David?" The silence hit me like a wall. Her smile disappeared. She looked down, then back up. "Yes," she whispered. My knees went weak. My sister, the woman I had protected, the person I welcomed into my home, had betrayed me. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said. But her words were empty. "I loved you. I trusted you," I whispered. "And you took everything from me." I raised my hand. "Leave, now." She hesitated, maybe to explain, maybe to beg. I didn't wait. I had to choose myself. The house was silent. And then I heard his footsteps, slow, hesitant, guilty. "David?" I said. He froze. I didn't cry. Not yet. My voice was steady. "I know everything," I said. His face went pale. I didn't mean for it to happen, he whispered. I felt my heart squeeze, but I stayed calm. Didn't mean to happen? I repeated. You chose her over me, over us. He tried to explain, but no words could erase months of lies. I loved you. I gave you my life, I said. And you threw it away. He said sorry again, empty words. I picked up my bag. I looked at him one last time. I need space. I need life without lies, I said. And then I walked out. Days passed. Weeks passed. The house was empty without them, but the silence, it was mine now. I started walking in the park, feeling the sun, listening to the wind. I painted again. At first, small sketches, then bigger paintings. Every stroke of color felt like reclaiming a part of myself. Friends noticed the change. They invited me out. I laughed. I tried new things. I thought of David, of Lily. The betrayal stung, but it could not break me. I slept again without fear, ate without anxiety, laughed without guilt. And then I realized something important. Life can take everything from you, but it can never take your soul, your courage, your heart. I smiled. I opened the door, not for anyone else, but for me. Helen survived. Helen thrived. And maybe one day she could trust and love again. Thank you for listening to this story. If you liked it, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to Story Reading in English channel. Your support helps more stories reach people like you. With every story, our English gets better and our hearts get stronger.